It's a very special day for this shooting party, who have been celebrating the glorious 12th in Perthshire for the past 12 years. You might think a day like this would be tweed, tweed and more tweed. Not a bit of it. Gunmaker Graham McKinley is in a kilt. Others are in shorts as it can get hot wading through the heather. I'm the one who's left to keep up appearances. Well, here at East Hoch House Hotel, the cutest little East Hoch House in Perthshire, the Highland region of Scotland, and it is the glorious 12th of August 2009, and glorious it is. Sun is shining down on guns and dogs who really have done nothing since January. Let's hope they have a lovely time on the hill today.
So what we want to do is keep a straight line at all times. Keep an eye on your man on your right and the man on your left.
Up on the moor, tenant and gamekeeper David Stewart gives the party a briefing before we head off for our day, hosted by Glasgow businessman Alan Thornton. David's tactics are to put guns and beaters in a long line up the 1,200-acre hill and sweep round it in an anti-clockwise direction. First with the wind on our backs, then with the wind on our faces. And it's not long before they're out of wind altogether. It's a 4-hour walk and we need the odd breather. And what a view. Unfortunately, there's not much action in the first hour, and there's hushed comments from the group that there's no grouse on this moor. As we march on, the dog handlers are reminded to keep their charges close. Until that first grouse gets up, David doesn't know if they'll be spooky, in which case he risks the dogs flushing them too far away to shoot, or if they'll be sitting tight, and then we may, well, just step over them. But suddenly, things start going our way.
Come on, bring it here. Good boy. Good lad. No biting. Hop. 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 Yep. Good boy. Come on.
Old bird. We're definitely seeing more birds on this side of the moor, but we're not hitting many, and it's not really surprising as grouse really are the Usain Bolt of the game bird world with a top speed of 65 miles an hour, nearly twice as fast as a pheasant. No wonder the grouse makes for a far more testing shot. Something this well-dressed Scotsman knows all about. It's a super result. As we head back for some lunch, there's 4 brace in the bag. But these guys aren't just here for the shooting. It's the event and the tradition, and thanks to East Hoch House Hotel, it's the fantastic lunch.
No, that's a young bird.
Young birds, yeah. It's a good big young bird, isn't it?
It's just what Alan had hoped for.
Well, yes, I mean, last year absolutely atrocious. The previous 3-4 years were not too bad at all. But this is ideal because the wind blew today, it kept all the bugs away. You can see there's clegs around us now, but up on the hill, no bugs. We had a super time. So here we are, the season started.
So is the 4 brace the sort of bag David was expecting from this part of the estate?
In my head I was thinking today between 6-10 brace, but I think with the shooting today I think realistically we could have had 8 brace maybe.
Is that criticism?
There was a lot of laughing going on after the shots, but I mean I think we could have realistically had, yes, a good 8 brace, which is what I look for, yeah.
That's what you want off the hill?
That's what I want off the hill, that's just enough what I can deal with, yeah.
What a brilliant morning. Great lunch, guns put away. Let's go and see what Neil wants to do with this fantastic wild game.
There's 2 or 3 ways of testing for whether they're old or young birds. Normally by the wing, if they're nice and pointed and not worn.
Less pointed.
Less pointed.
So that's more pointed.
That's the young bird.
Okay.
If they're more sort of worn, there's an older bird. Plus, if you crush the head's really quite soft, the top of the skull. And there's another way, if you just get the bottom beak, if I can get it open. Some people test it like that and break it. It breaks easy, it's young. And there's another way, but I'm not going to show you.
Go on. What's the other one?
I'm not going to. I can't. It's something like a pinky up his bottom with
Right. What are you looking for there?
this. If it's tight. Stop it. Right, I can draw this bird now.
Yeah. That way.
Small incision there. Finger just into the, like that, and work the 2 fingers in. And just pull.
This is the kind of thing celebrities have to do on reality shows, and they felt.
Yes. Actually, they're very pleasant. It smells delicious. It's not an unpleasant smell at all.
What can you describe the smell?
Liverish. Yeah. You like to? And very grousey.
Yes, there's a sort of calf's liver something going on there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Neil now prepares to sear the grouse, but is it something he does with all game birds?
Yes, I would do it with all sorts of meat.
Is that because game particularly loses juice fast?
It can do, yes. Yeah, it will. It will dry out. There's certain birds will dry out faster than others.
What's your driest bird? Which one dries out the fastest?
I would say cock pheasants. I try to avoid using cock birds. The hen birds are far better. I mean, a hen breast, you can't beat a hen breast, really, can you?
Story of your life.
So I'm just going to pop that in and just sear it. A little bit of rock salt, some pepper.
What are you looking for to know that it's
Just the colour change. And you can see that the skin is slightly browning off now.
Tell me why the glorious 12th is so important to people. What is it?
It's a totally wild bird. And I think that's why people love shooting them. And being out in the moor and enjoying the whole day. So we're going to pop that in the oven now for approximately 20 minutes. And while that grouse is cooking nicely in the oven, we're going to prepare some game chips, which is traditional serving with the grouse. Cut them up into little strips like that. That bird's been in for approximately 18 minutes. You can feel, I know that bird's going to be really succulent and tender, because when you press the meat, it's really nice and soft, rather than very tight. Older birds will be really tight. Yeah. A lot of people serve it whole. I'm not going to serve it whole. I'm going to take the breasts off and separate the legs, so it makes it easier for the customer to eat.
That's the last bit of bread sauce.
And of course, a little bit of heather. You got a seat for yes?
Absolutely. Fantastic.
This is the grouse you shot today, David. Thank you very much for a lovely day out on the hill. I know you're still hungry. But this is one of the young birds that was shot today by the guests. So if you'd like to get tucked in,
We'll have a nibble at that.
that's the heather. Do you want a knife and fork?
Is it candied? Can we eat the heather? No. Scottish carrots. Look at
That man doesn't need a knife and fork.
Yes. Oh, lovely. How is that?
All right.
Good. Is it?
It is a nut, I bet.
All right.
Perfect.
Good. Yeah.
Well done, Neil.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Good man. Well.